Hey everyone, welcome back to another Skyrim modding video. For this video, I delved deep into Nexus to find 6 incredible Skyrim mods, each with less than 1,000 total downloads, at the time of making this video of course. All of these mods were either missed by the community, or just got unlucky, but are actually incredibly well made and deserve to be recognized. So let's get started with the first mod on this list, called Signs. This mod adds 5 unique Witcher-inspired spell powers, called runes, into Skyrim. The idea of this mod is to give warrior-type classes access to magic, without forcing them to invest in magicka. Instead, these spells cost stamina to cast, perfect for a warrior character. The spells are also equipped through the shout or power slot, so it's still useful for warriors that use a two-handed weapon, or like to use a shield and sword. The 5 runes include Yrden, which creates a circular field around your character that slows your enemies inside it, great for controlling the battlefield. Igni, a fire rune that fires a close combat burst of flames in front of the caster for a significant amount of damage. Ard, which fires a wind blast similar to Unrelenting Force in front of your character, causing enemies to either stagger or get knocked back. Axii, a spell that casts Calm to nullify one of your opponents for a short while. And Quen, which casts a protective field that increases your armor rating temporarily. Another great thing about this mod is that each rune comes with its own unique animation, and the author has put a lot of effort into making lore for each of these runes inside the world of Skyrim. I thoroughly enjoyed playing with this mod, and I hope you do too. The second mod is called Glowing Thalmor Pack, that adds a glow effect to 3 sets of armor, the glass armor, Elven armor, and the Thalmor robes. The glow effect works both on your character and other NPCs. It is also compatible with EMB light, so if you are using an EMB, the glow effect will be even more prominent. This is just a really beautiful visual mod that is also lore friendly in my opinion, as it makes sense that the materials like moonstone and glass would have a glow, especially when made by the elves. And even though I don't usually wear these armors, it was nice seeing other NPCs glow up at night. The third mod today is called Daedric Influence Artifact Overhaul, and from the mod author themselves, this is a lore-friendly, painstakingly crafted artifact overhaul, and it is just that. The amount of effort put into this mod is incredible. To put it simply, this mod overhauls the enchantments on Daedric items and other artifacts found in Skyrim, so they become more viable and unique. The enchantments are all lore-friendly and aim to give you a more accurate representation of what these artifacts were meant to do. A few examples include the Saviour's Hide, which now makes all animals friendly to you. The Ebony Mail now has increased defensive stats and provides muffle indefinitely. Spellbreaker, the Daedric Shield, now has a buffed ward, and bashing will reflect spells that are cast at you. And the Mace of Molag Bal now has a unique enchantment if wielded by a vampire. Not only do all the existing Daedric items and artifacts get updated, but 3 new artifacts have also been added. Dustbringer, which adds a corrupted Dawnbreaker that deals frost damage instead of fire. A Dragonbone armor set that has a Dragonborn themed enchantment. And my personal favourite, the Ring of Khajiit, which increases your movement speed and makes you turn invisible when sneaking. There are also new variants of existing artifacts, such as a Stalrim version of Chillrend, and also a new Daedric Influence ability that buffs your character depending on how many artifacts you hold at one time. This mod is truly amazing, with the amount of content and effort to make it lore friendly. It even comes with an MCM menu where you can disable certain enchantments or items that you don't like. I almost never use Daedric items, but after installing this mod, I've been having a blast collecting and using them against my enemies. The next mod is a weapon mod called Gladius, which adds a Gladius style sword into Skyrim. Gladius literally means sword in Latin, so this mod is just a simple, beautiful sword that I really like the design of. It also only requires steel to craft, so you can get it fairly early on in your playthrough. I also recommend you should check out the mod authors page, as they have a number of great weapon mods that are all very underrated. Next up is a mod called Rings of Power, and as you might have guessed, it takes inspiration from the Lord of the Rings by adding a collection of rings with very strong enchantments. Now when I say very strong, I mean it. Some of these enchantments are very overpowered. There are in total 9 rings of power in this mod, with more on the way. Some of the rings include the Ring of Calm, that calms enemies around you, or the Ring of Paralysis, which paralyzes all your enemies. There is also a ring that prevents you from taking any damage at all, or a different ring that reflects damage back onto your attackers. Some of the rings are also more quality of life inspired, such as negating any fall damage you might take, or increasing your carry weight and stamina bar to 10,000. This mod was just some stupid fun to play around with, even if it's a little overpowered, but they are called the Rings of Power for a reason. And the last mod I want to show you is called the BonemancerProject. Currently a work in progress, this mod allows you to create a bone giant as your follower. To start, you will have to complete a short quest to find and craft all the pieces. Once you have all the pieces, you can then summon your very own Bonemancer. The Bonemancer works just like any other follower and wields a giant two-handed weapon to swat away your enemies. Because the bone giant is so large, there might be some clipping issues in small dungeons or caves, but if you can get past that slight problem, having a unique bone giant as your follower is pretty fun and hilarious at the same time. And that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed watching and helped you find a couple of mods that you want to try. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.